There's gonna be those my daughter toys. It should be fine.
It was like I know I kind of like got closer so I can blur out all the stuff behind me.
Yeah,
I just moved all of my stuff out of the frame.
Yeah, just a little easier, you know.
yeah,
All right, all right. But
yeah.
welcome everybody to Fireside Chat from Long Island Gaming League. We are here with old host as well as a new host. I am Commando FTW. And then we have my friend Arthur over here, as well as our special guest, Ross. I already forgot it. Oginsky.
Not Oginsky.
Oginsky. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
You got it.
But yes, Ross, please tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I have a couple questions. Me and my co-host has a couple questions for you that we can just kind of chill and hang out and vibe together.
Okay, that sounds good. So I'm Ross. I'm 23. The last few years, I've been working as the vice president of the Binghamton Video Game Association. So basically, what that is we do everything gaming in Binghamton University. So that's esports, casual gaming, game development, Pokemon Go, GeoGuessrs. We do it all.
Wow.
And during my time there, we saw the club massively increase in size and prestige. And I really dedicated everything to that. But I graduated in May, and I'm back on Long Island looking for new opportunities in the esports space.
Heck yeah, that is awesome. So I do want to dive into that a little bit. What got you into that role? Like, what made you decide that you wanted to be a part of gaming in education?
Kind of interesting. I think I had a bit of a weirder path where my first year at college was COVID year, 2020. Okay. So there was not a lot of things to do on campus or stuff to do there. Then the year after that, I was gone for the year because I had a knee injury. So I kind of came back to like a whole different world, and I didn't really know what to do on campus. And one day I saw a tweet from a professional Melee player, Jmook, saying, "Oh, I'm going to a tournament at Binghamton University." I'm like, I have nothing to do, and I go here. So I end up going to the tournament, not participating because I have class, and I saw the vibes and everything, and I had a great time. I saw they had board applications, so I was like, I'll apply. And then it very quickly spiraled into me being towards the top of the hierarchy.
Wow. That is just amazing.
Yes, indeed. Just from one point to another, just like that. I have a follow-up question regarding you said he was the person that you mentioned was a professional Melee player.
Yeah, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Jamie.
Super, yeah. So, yeah. So the idea is that you also are able to produce professional high level players, right?
Oh yeah. It gets a little bit tough, I think, compared to other universities because our whole entire budget when I was there, like the highest they got was $10,000. When I was originally part of the club, it was $650. So you can look at these other collegiate esports programs like Marywood, Fisher, who have a lot of money to end up putting into players, facilities, and everything like that. So I think we did get lucky because we had a lot of talented players who went to the school for education who still wanted to be a part of esports. But I think it was always a struggle trying to do professional development for players in the esports space.
Okay.
Oh.
I see that.
And I guess because I am just curious about your upbringing. Like, so, what is your background in gaming? Like, were you a competitor yourself at some point? Are you like considered a casual gamer? Like, where do you fit in the gaming world as a player?
Yeah, I guess it's still a kind of funny question or answer for that is I loved video games when I was a kid. I played constantly. I had an older brother who had like a Game Boy, so I used to steal that and play Pokemon all the time. But I think going into high school, I realized, oh wait, I spent all of my time gaming. So I ended up taking a step back, and I mostly just played Nintendo stuff and Smash Bros. But then when I originally like saw the tweet for that, I was kind of not in a gaming phase. I wasn't really playing anything besides mobile games, but that kind of got me back into everything and a lot more. I think of a healthier relationship with that.
That's awesome. I mean, hey, sometimes you got to step back and evaluate your life, and then usually like that's exactly I feel like what happened to me is like I stopped for a couple years, and then someone sparks it, and then you get back into the groove and you're like, oh my god, I forget how much I like this, and like you start getting all that momentum back again. So I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. A quick fact, you mentioned that you moved to mobile games. Mobile games have the highest prize pools for esports and also has the highest volume of players actually playing game within, you know, the industry. Basically, it's mostly covered within Asia region, okay? But I'm telling you, it's a fact that mobile games is just going up because it's the cheapest way to compete.
Oh yeah.
And also, yeah, you always have it also with you. You don't have to be at home playing PC or internet
And
cafe.
you don't have to
It's very
buy a PC or buy a console. Like
Oh yeah,
everyone
yeah,
has a
exactly.
phone. Everyone owns a phone,
Yeah,
so
the most affordable way also to
hmm
play.
yeah, I
Yeah, I
will
saw like
say.
in India,
Oh, say that again.
or yeah, in India, which I think is like one of the biggest like hotspots for mobile
Yeah,
gaming.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
like
India.
the
India.
reason people can't afford a PC or a console, but everyone has a phone. So yeah, the
Huh.
accessibility for mobile gaming is amazing.
I did not know
Yes.
that India was into the mobile gaming field. I did not know that. Hmm.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Like
say, yeah, no, because I know back in the day, in New York actually, there was World Cyber Games, and they came out to New York and they were doing like Asphalt, like the racing game, on the phone, and like the winner was like $100,000, and I was like, oh my god, like for a phone game, like no way, no way, couldn't believe it. But yeah, no, I guess it's bigger than I imagined.
it's insane. Like I can send you after the thing. I'll send you like a whole list of different games. I'll show you and compare it to PC or console. The
Which is
difference of
nuts.
like we're talking about like millions and millions. It's crazy.
So,
And PUBG, massive.
oh yeah, that's right. PUBG did start on mobile, huh? That's very
Yeah,
true.
exactly. That's one
I'm
of the
used to playing
games.
it on console, so I was like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Definitely
It's
forgot.
it's PUBG and then it's Mobile Legends. And Mobile Legends is like League of Legends on
Yeah, I remember
PC.
Mobile Legends.
Yeah.
I played that at some
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Well, in Asia, it's insane. It's like
Really?
that has the highest price pools for each. Yeah, it's crazy.
That is nuts. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, so you said you were obviously. I feel like that's always how a lot of us gamers get into the industries. Like we started off playing games at a very young age. Um, if you can remember, what was the first game that you really got into, and like how old were you?
I think I think I was around 4 or 5. One day, my parents like surprised us and picked us up from like elementary school to go to Hershey Park. And on the
Nice.
car ride up, I think I had a DS. I don't really remember what I played, but she got me and my older brother Pokemon Diamond and Pokemon Pearl. And I remember I played that
Ooh.
way too much, and then played the other games from that. But I think like I played Pokemon, but I don't think I ever really like remembered or could read what was happening on the screen, so it didn't really stick. But I think that was the first one that stuck because I had
That
my
was the one
brother.
that stuck out. Okay. That's nice. I mean, hey, I feel like everyone has some kind of relationship with Pokemon at some point in their life. I was like, I definitely played Yellow
have,
one time.
on topic. How old are you?
I just turned 23 last week.
Yeah, he's still
20.
three.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. All right. I was just only wondering if you guys, if you remember Sega Genesis.
Oh yes, oh
Uh,
yes.
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
Sega. I was a big not Star Sonic player.
Sonic.
Yeah, I
So
used to
that's huge.
love Sonic.
A Mortal Kombat, a combat right here.
You were a
Yeah,
fighting
well,
game. I wasn't good
yeah,
at fighting games when I was younger.
only on Sega. I
Mm.
don't play. I don't play. I mean, sometimes I play fighting games on PS5, but I don't have time. I compete. I play one specific game. I try to compete, but that's off topic. Yeah, I was only asking that to figure out if we can how close we are to what was our first game. What games do we know
Yeah,
I think
all
I
together.
guess we can ask you as well. I mean, what was your first game?
My first game.
Yeah. What was the game that you really really resonated with you at first?
I was 7 years old. It was Counter Strike 1.3.
Counter Strike.
It was yeah, but it was like I don't know what it was, 1.3, 1.4. It was a mod. It was just a very pixelated Counter Strike, but it had only one gun, and it was MP5 Navy. That's it,
What?
just one gun. Yes,
That is
but
crazy.
I remember playing it online. I remember fighting with my brother. I was coming home from
That's
school from my first grade, I think, and I was like, I want to play this.
that is an amazing first game. Like that
Yeah,
resonated
yeah,
with you. I will give you
yeah.
that.
I don't know
Dang.
why my parents let me run around shooting
Yeah, right? I was
this. Like,
like,
I'm like,
I don't
okay.
think I got my first shooter till I was like at least 15.
Yeah, just stereotypes, it doesn't mean like a lot of things about, again, on topic, off topic, but a lot of things about video games are stereotypes. Like people say, oh, video games are make you lazy, they make you like you can't learn a thing, and it's
You're not gonna
opposite
learn
actually.
anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of critical thinking, play strategy games or whatever, even card games, right? You have to think so much to make sure that you win the Hearthstone game, right? Or the same stereotype, if you play shooting games, then you're gonna
You might be violent.
like it, yeah, like
I remember parents banning like GTA because they're like, "Oh yeah, my son's gonna be a carjacker." I was like, "No, I don't think that's how it's gonna work." But okay, sure, why not?
it just don't work like that.
But Ross, I did want to ask you. So, how long were you at in Bingham? Am I saying
Binghamton, yeah.
Binghamton? I'm saying it correctly.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So I was there 4 years with one break year. The first year I didn't really do anything with gaming, but the last few years I was there, or like the last 2.5 years I was there, was like when I got into the esports and gaming field there.
Okay. So, do you feel like you lean more into the esports world when it comes to gaming, the gaming industry? Because you said you did everything because they did, you said game developing and like education.
Yeah. Yeah. So the way the club was structured was like we had the Video Game Association, the VGA, which is like top of the umbrella, and then we had different subgroups. So like the subgroups were like esports, game dev, Pokemon Go, Smash and fighting games. And I
Okay.
tried to start business and gaming group to try to find like more like business and like other jobs away from coding in the business industry. And
Yes.
unfortunately, I got very busy and did not really get to do everything I wanted with that.
Okay.
Uh, but yeah, I was at the top of the umbrella, so I was kind of like helping with what I needed help with. Game dev, they had things covered mostly. So like what I more personally did is I ran the Smash tournaments. I ran the Smash team. I was the coach there. I hosted a lot of casual events. I helped out with the fighting game tournaments. Like we did bi-weekly Street Fighter and like a rotational game. Uh,
Nice.
Okay.
yeah, and a lot more of it was just like getting people to communicate and talk. Because I think that's the biggest issue I've seen within the
That
gaming field.
is definitely a huge issue when it comes to gamers. A lot of us are shy, or at least starts off shy. I mean, some people are gifted with the gift of gab and confidence, but I know many of us started off as just playing it secretly, like being not too. I don't want to say antisocial, but definitely more introverted. I feel like, and then you kind of just
Yeah.
grow up, and then with gaming, people, especially like you said, people that want to be in like business and like esports and stuff like that, they still have that same introvert mindset, but they want to get into this field, and it's like, well, to get into this field, to flourish in this field, you do need to have communication skills. You do have to actually talk to your teammates, your bosses, other companies, like different contract stuff you have to do. Like, it's so much communication that I feel like a lot of people aren't even prepared for.
Yeah, no, we have a common issue where we have a Valorant team. We get a lot of talented Valorant players every year, but
Mm,
because they're
Right.
talented, and I think some ego comes with that,
yes.
there's not a lot of communication. So it's crazy. It's been the last 3 years it's happened. I'm praying it doesn't happen this year again. But we have like 40 people. We get a few teams going. Top team does well, but then collapses at the end because they can't
Ah,
communicate and they start hitting each other. Then we can't even get people to like show up for practice or whatever, which is just like
dang.
a nightmare.
See, that's rough.
Yeah.
That is rough.
but sometimes or most of the times talent is not enough. If you don't have the composure, the professionality, like yeah, from my own experience, because I competed myself and I'm still competing in a new game.
He is.
It's yeah, and and you cannot, like says, the biggest problem is the ego. Like you need to kill that thing, and you have to understand that you can make this into actual uh cash machine. You can make something out of your own. You can make your own brand just by, becoming a professional player and then applying that to streaming, right? Becoming a content creator or whatsoever. It's a whole path. It's not. It's a whole career, and it's a way to make insane amount of money. Also living every kid's dream.
Yeah,
I
that's
also
great.
just think it's a great avenue for personal growth. I know, like, I only
Also
got
that.
coaching once for Smash Bros. But I think like a lot of the lessons I learned, it wasn't like mechanics in the game. It was more how to think and how to feel about things. And from
Mm.
that, like, I'm able to apply that to so many other parts of my life. Like a question I asked during the Valorant tryouts to the person who was like running them was, "How much do you think of the game as like mechanics versus communication?" They said 20% mechanics, 80% communication.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. That tracks. That is a good. That's a good. I think that's actually really good. That's good advice for everyone listening, as well as ourselves. Like that's just good. Just overall, it's like it's always communication needs to be a lot more than the physical work or even like the mental work and stuff like that.
I would have to only a little bit argue about it, is that when it comes to like getting people like that in the groups and making teams or being newer teams, because in top level usually the teams have so much synergy or teamwork, or they've ran like thousands of scrims, so they know each thing, most of the things, right? And actually the communication is kind of absent unless it's like a major shot call or whatsoever. But if you do, like, yeah, like Commando mentioned, if you do have a chance, please use communication to improve and actually win the game.
Right. So Ross, I did want to touch on going back. Um, I feel like you said right now you're looking into different avenues
Yeah.
to pursue in gaming. What were you? What were your thoughts? What were you thinking?
So I had a few different pathways. Right now, job market is kind of dead. They are not hiring people. So I was applying for like different collegiate esports jobs because like my original plan was I'm gonna do such a good job at Binghamton that they'll have to hire me when I graduate. Because
Good plan.
yeah, it didn't work out.
I mean,
I think
they
yeah, we're
should.
very appreciative, and I'm still somewhat involved there. So hopefully that path opens up in the future. They like recently started getting into esports, so I understand like not wanting to hire someone full time before you even have a gaming setup or anything
Yeah,
to
before they
move
know,
from them.
before
Yeah.
they know how
Uh,
much it's going to revenue.
yeah. So I have a few ideas I've been working on currently. The first thing is I just wanted to get more experience in the esports space. Everything I did was with collegiate, with like a non-paid like program, so all free. So I've been reaching out to like local esports like businesses, colleges, high schools on Long Island to see if I can help out, so I can like learn some more about the space.
Nice.
Uh, I started working with the Long Island Gaming Leagues for events for them, so that's been amazing.
Awesome.
And I have been thinking about starting a business more for like the esports consulting field because going back to what we said before, I think the biggest issue I've seen in esports is communication, not just from playing esports, but I think from actually running esports and running these leagues. Like I know as the person who was like the middleman between like administration at a school and the people actually participating in esports,
Yeah.
there's no talking, nothing actually happens.
Really.
So I think I don't think it's like that everywhere, but I think a lot of where the people with the money who make the decisions aren't really like directly involved with the people who are actually like affected by those decisions. Uh, so my idea, I think, for the business, I think I may start up. We'll see. Is I want to try to be like a middleman between the administration of like the people who are like paying for the esports and like running the business, and then the people who are actually like participating. So they can both try to get more common ground, so they can create a more successful business plan and be able to move forward and have proper benchmarks and steps. Because I think a lot of people are like, I want to do something with esports, but like it's very hard to find your niche and find like, hey, where is my spot in the
Find where you
esports
fit
industry?
in.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I'd love to be able to do something like that.
I mean, I
But
feel
I
like
think I
that's a
need
great idea. I mean,
I,
essentially, you're
I
saying that you
agree.
would want to be that talking point between the two entities, which I think is genius. I do consulting for content creators and like streamers, and that's kind of the same situation. Is like you're the voice for them. Like they don't know how to communicate it. You're essentially teaching people how to communicate by leading by example. So I think that's a great business plan. I would think that's amazing, and I think my co-host Arthur here would be the perfect person to even pick the brain about because he actually has a pretty vast background in esports and like competing and things
Yeah.
like that.
Also regarding that, if you do ever need to, if you have any questions or like you can be direct, how much money, do professional players make? What is their monthly salaries? Some things of these, I have experience with or whatsoever. You feel free to always hit my DMs and I got you with any information you need. And yeah, um.
thank you so much.
No, of course, of course. Um, yeah, it's a lot of, honestly, I'll be truthful, because when esports did boom, a lot of things were grabbed. Everyone started, sorry, everyone started investing in esports, and
Mm-hmm.
then when it's boomed. But alongside that, all these niche things were already, thought through basically. There's a lot of mogul rich people, just finding ideas and executing. But why I think your idea is good is for the same reason that I just mentioned. There's a lot of people with money that want to do something with esports, but they end up investing the money without having anything, to like anything real tangible. They just like believe someone they're gonna do it, but there's nothing going on, and it
Y-
just very stagnating process, a very long stagnating process of nothingness.
Yeah, I
So
think there's
that's
like a
why,
lot of like bad faith actors in the space. Like I think a lot of investors are scared to invest now because they got burned. They got
Yeah.
they invested millions and millions, saying like, "Hey, this is gonna happen. Esports is huge," and then it was just a lot of people who were using buzzwords and bubble money.
yeah.
Once they wanted their nothing, and now I think a lot of places are scared to enter the space. Like personally, I think I'd rather be more associated with like collegiate or high school esports because I think it's less reliant on like financial investors, and it's more that students and people want to play esports, so the schools will provide it so it exists.
Yeah,
I
very
agree.
smart.
I
Yeah, I
agree.
agree too.
Because it's funny enough. So I actually recently, so I spent most of my life in New York, and I recently moved to Idaho not too long ago.
Oh
Love
wow.
it. I'm country boy out here, and
Oh yeah.
but what I love about it is that we like in Boise, the main hub, the downtown, the Manhattan of Idaho, as I call it. Um, they have it's called BSU, Boise State, and they have one of the best esports teams in America. And I stumbled across them randomly, and I started talking to them, and like these boys are good, but their skills and like their business savvy and how they like market themselves can be so much better. And so like having someone that can facilitate that, you'd be yeah it'd be more. I feel like it'd be more openly accepted, and like people would want that help from a collegiate standpoint, opposed to like one of those big esports teams that you see in like actually the ESL or something like that.
Yeah, I just think it's very turbulent space right now, so I think it's very hard to get in,
Mm-hmm.
especially just like current economic conditions and everything happening with the
Yes.
space the last 5 years.
That is facts. Yeah,
And then,
everything is slowed down.
all right. So, and by the way, Ross, do you have any questions for us by any chance? Anything
I
you
think I
want to
had something
know?
just like completely left my head.
Okay, I was like
Wait,
anything you
actually,
want
I
to know
do.
or.
what's the coolest esports event that you guys have been a part of? Because like I probably just did like my biggest event this last weekend, so I just want to see, I guess,
What
your experience
what
with
was
that.
your event?
So we ran a super regional Smash tournament called Hype Waves 100.
Hmm.
Basically, the idea started in February because I realized like, oh wait, we're ending the semester on 99, then we start the next semester on 100. We should do something with that. So I decided to try to
Well,
make it like a bigger tournament on a weekend to try to get people to come up. So it was this
Yeah.
past Sunday, and I'll spare the details, but like 5 months of work, a lot of helpful people. Thank you to my team and everyone who helped me with that. The tournament kind of grew beyond like all expectations. We had 160 people for Smash Bros. Ultimate. We had 70 something for Melee.
yeah.
That's pretty
Very
good.
successful event.
Wow.
All ran in one day successfully on time. Everyone had a good time. We were able to get people from Long Island and everywhere to come to Binghamton, which is always near impossible.
Beautiful.
No, it was just a very special experience.
Yeah,
So
I
I just wanted
love to
to
hear that. I love to hear that. Uh,
That,
um,
that's that's some great work. Can you keep a momentum and do something with it? Have any sponsors potentially contacted you after that? Because that sounds a very successful event.
Yeah, I think we did a good job at getting all the data, and we had a pretty successful stream. It was like 50 concurrent for what it was, so
heck
that's
yeah.
Yeah,
I think
That's
way
fantastic.
yeah.
more than anything we've ever done. And it's like 120 peak. But I'm in kind of a weird spot where it's like I think I helped a lot with this because I started it in February when I was still in school with everything, and now
Yes.
like this was my last hurrah. Like this is why I cared so much about this event. This is like the final thing I was really like doing and like dedicating myself with the club. So I think like hopefully with everything like set in place, they have the tools to I think sell it to sponsors and try to make it even bigger next year. And I think the biggest challenge is always convincing someone, hey, Binghamton isn't that scary. You come because it's mostly just like 4 hours away, upstate New York. People don't really know too much about it.
Yeah.
So I think the steps are in place for like a bigger one to happen next year. But it's kind of weird where it's not really on me to be the one to do that.
Yeah. Understood. I understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I
Back to
want.
your question, you said what was the biggest esports things either of us, both of us have attended? I will let you go first with that, Arthur, because I've got to think.
Oh, no worries. It's been a few. The first one, I would say I'll give you the first one and like the biggest or favorite one. But the first one, because also it was the first one and it was pretty big. I had to quit my university where I would get bachelor to sign a contract with Virtus Pro, which is a Russian organization to play Heroes of the Storm and
Hey.
fly to China, Shenzhen, and the CEO told me. He's a scary dude with like a big ass jacket, with puffy animal jacket. He always wears that. It's such a scary dude. Basically, he said either you sign the contract and you live your dream, or you stay in school and we'll find someone else. I'm like, what?
That's
And
crazy ultimatum.
yeah, I'm telling you, that those were his words. And
God.
and uh, and I was like, yeah, I'm signing this contract. And literally right before my exam, which I would 100% pass because I was, studying and stuff, I moved to another country. So I did that, and that was in China, Shenzhen. It was IEM Masters. That was like
Was it? I think I
nine
heard of
time.
that.
That's for StarCraft times.
Yeah.
Yeah, for ESL, yeah. And um then the most biggest one and favorite one was IEM Katowice, which is in Poland. That's where like one of
Sick.
the biggest is Counter-Strike, Dota tournaments, and yeah, wow. And also
Nice.
it was my favorite because I literally stood 5 feet away from Faker, and Faker is like the biggest League of Legends player. There's like
Wow.
imagine a big
Yeah,
stadium and one part is just like boot camps, like boots of 5 PCs, boot of 5 PCs, and
Dang.
all teams were from different games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But every team was mixed. And our team was at the still. He's still playing for the same team, T1, bro. He was that in the boot camp was next to us was their team. It was so weird.
That is
Yeah,
pretty
but
crazy.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
nuts. So yeah,
Mm.
okay. So yeah, he's done international esports ones. I have not done anything that big. I was like, I had to think about it. The biggest thing I've actually done, I've done a couple tournaments. So this is back in the day though. This is back in like 2010. The World Cyber Games was very prominent at the time, and they would do series of tournaments. So they had 1 week they would do like mobile games, then the next week they did fighters, and then the next week they did shooters, and like that was cool. But like it was a small event, but it's connected. Like if you won at that event, then they flew you out to like the bigger like Olympics type situation. So I never got to the Olympics one. The biggest one I've ever done is probably Major League Gaming. I did the Washington D.C. one, and that was my first idea of how big gaming was. Like I took a train all the way there, like never been to an event before, like out of the state, and it was a huge stadium, all these people screaming for Halo and World of Warcraft, and Melee was still good at the time. I was just like, this is crazy. This is crazy. And like since then, that's how I've been on my path of being somewhat of a gaming personality or a content creator in the gaming field. I did think I would be like Arthur. I did imagine that I would be playing tournaments for the rest of my life. But these kids are really good, and my hands are getting slow, but my mouth is still fast. So,
Hey, to finish it off regarding like becoming a pro, I'll tell you like even when you speak to a billionaire from any other industry, they'll all you tell. Not saying that I can compare that being to billionaire, but even they say a lot of things happen happen in their life because of some luck. My luck was I got a alpha invite. I was literally my mindset was a new game comes out, I'll try hard, it works out, doesn't, because at that time the esports was popping.
yeah,
I got an alpha invite for Heroes of the Storm, one of the 1,000 people. What do? I start playing and I'm just all the time at the top because I'm the first one who learned the game.
yeah, heck
And
yeah,
I kept the momentum until there was 300,000 people. Of course, new people come in, they're mechanically better. They just like maybe a smarter mobile player. But I put my ass on the line, if I can say that. So I did
I think we're
everything to
allowed.
keep up with the momentum, and I was the one who did all the innovation and stuff, and it just happened. If I never got the alpha invite, would I be the, I don't know, a little bit later, maybe I wouldn't have such a motivation. Like it just all adds up,
True,
things
true.
Yeah,
adds up in a life. So yeah, just kind of a little bit based on the luck.
yeah. Recently, I've been playing Rivals of Aether 2, which
Oh,
is like
nice.
platform fighter like Smash Bros. But I think this game is going to be absolutely massive, and it is pretty big right now. But it's only on PC, so I know like a lot of my friends who play Smash who don't have a PC really want it. So I'm like, oh, it's my time to grind it as much as possible right now before they get out.
Yo,
If you
It's
get
time for
in
me to get
early,
going.
you're
Yo,
good.
do it, man. If your time allows, put the effort. Hey, turn on the stream, whatever, go just whatever you do. Again, I'm nobody to you, but I'm always tell people be always productive. Whatever you do in life, if you're playing a game, whatever, turn on the stream. You don't have to even make the content. Let the stream run and be the content. Who cares if you have one or two viewers, if but in
You know
your
what's
case,
crazy?
like
I
you're,
agree, 100%.
yeah. Yeah, just be productive. Don't feel shit about your life just doing things without any, value behind it. But in
Yeah.
your case, it's even better because it's a new game. It's on PC. A lot of console players cannot play at this moment. You can get ahead of everyone, and people will only watch you because, not only you, but will mostly watch you because you're probably the best player at this moment. You're on the highest ranks, or whatever. I'm assuming there's a leaderboard or they're making if it's an
Yeah, most
early
Yeah,
likely.
there's
access.
ranks leaderboard. I'm not the highest right now. I'm pretty good. I think I was ranked like around top 1,000 on the rank leaderboard of like
There you
50,000.
So
go.
you can climb
But
up, yeah. That's
the
Yeah,
climbing
you
people
up.
who
can
are
climb
going
that
to
up.
locals, it's crazy. We have on Long Island, we have like three top 50 players in the world, So at my local, it's like
Dang.
me, 3 top 50 players, and 3 people who do not play the game. So I'm in a weird spot, but it's really cool being able to play against them, and like hear their thoughts about everything. Because like I think I'm able to grow a bit faster.
I was gonna say, and you connected with them?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
I think
awesome.
it's smaller communities like this. I think you have to connect
That's
because
super cool.
I think that's like that inner TO in me where I want the tournament to keep on getting bigger and better and more people to go. So I know what I have to do as a participant and as like a leader of the event.
I like your headspace. You're in the right headspace for this industry, my guy. I gotta tell you. That
Yeah.
sounds really good. I like where you're at.
Facts. And he has a coming up startup potentially, so man's making moves.
I'm trying my best.
Hey,
Nah, keep at it, and you better keep grinding and see you participating, streaming live on a Twitch tournament for your game. You know, gotta see you participate and then lift some trophies too. Why not,
and
man?
see,
Give it all,
so
man. Give
my
it
thing
all.
on that is because, like,
Yeah.
obviously, I stream. I'm a streamer. I do content creation. I push out content for different brands, and like that's kind of how I found my niche, and like how I'm able to like live. But I will say like not because like streaming's not for everyone. It's not. I understand that. I totally understand that. But I do agree 100% with what I was saying because like even just for like the reason why I say like put it on a stream is like no face cam. You don't gotta talk or anything like that. Just get the
Exactly.
content because you never know who's watching, and especially with a small game with a smaller game anyway, and something that's not like a AAA, something that's like really heard about. Like you might get reached out to by the devs and they might find something in you and like they might have you do like reviews or like strategy things and like that could be a way you get paid. So like I agree with him 100%. I'm not saying like go ahead go stream right now. I'm just saying like making content in
Yeah.
general in gaming anyway is from what I've learned because I've done a lot in the gaming field and what I've learned all throughout is that the people that are at the top have somewhat of an online presence to some degree. To some degree, whether they have a team that's doing it for them, or like a company that's like they just have like a marketing team that just like handles all their socials, or like back in the day, one of my favorite people was a Daigo. He was a
Wow.
Evo player.
He's still
Yeah,
around. I know.
is he still
He's,
around? I
he's a
haven't
killer.
watched. I haven't watched games in a minute.
I think he just won like
Yeah.
3 like massive Street Fighter 6 champions. He's
Heck
still like
yeah! See, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he's a perfect example.
Yeah.
I met him once. He is not a social media person at all, but the people around him will make his content, and that's how he's so known. That's how he's so big, and like he will always remain big. Because like, see, I didn't even know he still competes. But like when I think of fighters, first person I think of. I remember watching all his matches on YouTube.
I guess like yeah, for me it's like Justin Wong. Like that's the first.
Oh
thing I
yeah,
think about.
Justin Wong. Actually, funny fact. Well, Arthur, you're still in NY, right? NY.
Yeah, I'm on Long Island right now, so I'm not in upstate. I'm just down.
I was like, I used to actually play with Justin Wong at the Chinatown arcade before it got like taken
That's
down.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's funny.
That's crazy.
yeah. I knew I wasn't really good at fighting games, but I knew the fighting game community really well. So like Yipes, there was a couple people that we just hung out. And like they would just whoop on me, and then like and then Justin got like a couple deals, Yipes got a couple deals, and then like I see him on TV now. I'm like Jesus Christ.
That's what's up.
Yeah, New York spawned some good gamers for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think they did something really funny for Smash Bros. At like their Super Smash Con Supernova, which is like one of the big super majors. They did a 2-tour bracket where they got like the 2 tours of each state, like 2 of them to compete in the brackets to try to show like
shoot.
it is the best like average.
Ooh. See, state rivalries. That's a whole new territory right there.
Yeah.
We used to see a lot of East versus West back in the day, but I feel like now it's a lot more regional. It feels like I know like New York versus New Jersey versus like Philly for Smash is pretty mad.
I could see that. I could totally see that. Well, because like you said earlier, like those are the ones with all the ego.
But to add up, unfortunately, it mostly is fighting games. I'll be honest.
What do you mean?
There are no other tournaments happening really in New York. It's mostly just fighting games, and I don't know
Really?
what's going on with that. Yeah, I do. Of course, occasionally you will see some
I was like, I
League
know
of
Madden.
Legends.
I know Madden's kind of big out there.
Okay, you see, okay, Madden maybe too, but that's again very console or like
Yeah.
it's like I just don't see a lot
I
of
think a big reason is
Valorant.
just the online is like a lot better for those games. So I think a lot of people are like more, oh, I'll stay online. Like, I think the reason why like Smash is so big as like a in-person game is the online is garbage. It's terrible. If you want to have a good experience playing against someone, you're forced to leave your house and go and
You
like
actually have
play
to
games.
play with
I
them
see
in
what you're
person to
saying.
have a good time.
You like fighting games. If
I
you don't
see
have
what
like
you're
good
saying.
internet, good like internet, like you're probably not having a good time. I think the other games doesn't really like promote you to go in person. And like I think it's funny, like the one thing
Hmm.
like that's kind of interesting about like Rivals 2 that I noticed is yeah, not a lot of people leave their house to play the game because the online is good. So people are like, oh, why would I leave my house to
Yeah,
do
I can play
something?
tournaments online. I don't gotta leave my house.
Yeah, they have a like so usually in, like Smash will do like rock paper scissors for like a first like stage ban or whatever.
Yeah.
They had it built into the game, so you can like play a set without speaking any words to someone. And it feels dystopian. It's
Oh,
like
that's crazy work.
yeah,
That's
I don't
crazy
like it.
work. Like, yeah, we don't have to communicate at all.
2025, by the way.
Jeez, right? Like, come on.
The-
See, that's one of the things I always say. Like, games in general need to promote communication. They need to promote better communication, more communication, and like, and then also have like regulation from the people that like, when they do decide to talk, they're just fucking not in the right headspace. Which now I feel like I'm crazy
Yeah,
now. My bad.
in-game chat is always so hard. I think to like moderate and deal with because you want to get the players as much communication strategies as possible, but then they turn it into like the most creative ways to say kill yourself. So,
Yep, to make it so disgusting that you don't even want to do it. That's why I will say I'm not good at League of Legends at all. Like I actually got the most hatred out of a chat in League of Legends, but the thing I liked about it was that it's just a chat. So it's just words.
Yeah, I mean it's not something you wanna do, but you can always mute the chat and the voice chat, whichever game you play,
But see,
right?
that sucks. So
If
then you like
But I
lose
know,
it.
I know, I
You
know that
lose
you lose
the
like a lot of
opportunity.
value, yeah, a lot of value of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying this is like the red button, right?
The
Oh,
red
something
button.
is yeah, like someone's being very nasty to you. I mean, that's what I do,
Yeah.
That's
Boop.
what it is. But I think most of us, again, because you said some people are introverts, some not, but most of us do actually at least want to communicate somewhat, right? If you do want to play the
Human
game, because
nature.
again, yeah, human, not only human nature, but what we spoke about, right? That 80% is communication and it leads you most likely to success, which in game
Yep.
is the win, you know, the victory screen pop up, that's the communication part. But yeah.
Which is actually funny because one of the questions I wanted to ask I had on the list actually kind of got answered through our community, just through us talking. So I'm gonna say it anyway, and it's gonna be funny. So I had it.
Yeah.
So being in the gaming field and gaming industry, what do you think is a potential impact on society when it comes to gaming and entertainment? Like how will this how can playing games better impact our society?
I think as like more niche hobbies, more interests, more things exist in the world, it gets more and more tough because you feel less connected. There's less people to connect to with the things you like. I think the thing about gaming is it kind of you play a game. There's a lot of ways that it inherently brings you closer together to the other people who play the game or in the community. So I think it's just about bringing people together when the world feels as divided and separate as it is now. Just find people who have like similar mindsets, similar interests, and there's so many friends I met like through Smash or whatever, and like we don't really even play anymore, but I still talk to them
But you
so
still talk
often
to them.
because yeah, we got brought together. I think that's
Yeah.
the biggest part of gaming, just bringing people together and
Mm,
you know, you need people, and it's pretty hard right now.
yes. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You are not wrong.
Yeah, the biggest thing,
and
like
that's why I thought it was funny, because like I feel like our whole conversation kind of always kept touching back on the fact that like communication is such a big part of just gaming. And like for me, like I was the introvert. I was the person, like I remember in high school I had people like literally banging on my door because I would just like go dark for like weeks on end. Like I wouldn't go to school, I wouldn't be online, I would just be like out and about and like not talking to anyone. And then like I'd come back and then I'd play games with everybody again and I'd just disappear again. And like if it wasn't for the fact that I met all these people through gaming and like all these cool people, all these people that want to know more about you and want to help you in life, made me a lot more like, now most people, if you see me, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you're an extrovert, like you've always been an extrovert. And it's like, no, I really just kind of like learned this skill. Like I learned to be a people person because I realized that communication doesn't just work for gaming. It works so much for everything. If you, in your relationship, if you communicate, if you over communicate all the time, you'll never go wrong. In your job, if you over communicate everything, no one's gonna ever like bat an eye and think that like something's wrong. Like, so I utilize that so much in like my day to day that's why I'm like, yeah, gaming has such a potential to move the social atmosphere to a positive level instantly. If everyone just did it, you know, if everyone was on the same like mindset of it.
Yeah, I like to think of like introvert versus extrovert as like not if you're good at going and meeting people, because I think I'm also very introverted, but it's like where you get your energy from. So like you get your energy from being around people or being by yourself. So I think like just because you're introverted, like I don't want to talk to anyone most of the time. Like it doesn't, like you see me at an event, you do not know that that is like the person that I am.
Exactly, because you go to an event, you're surrounded by everyone with the same energy, the same love for the same passion for what you have. So it's like, why would you not like want to communicate and talk to people? And then like everyone else is so willing to talk that like you create bonds. I've created bonds in gaming events better than bonds that I have with family members, you know? Like
I mean, yeah, it's nothing mind-blowing, but if you just think about it and compare, let's go 20, 30 years back, if you take away phones, you take away internet,
Oof.
it would be just an industry, like let's say you like to play basketball, so you go to a local basketball hall or whatever,
Like
small,
court.
like whatever court, but indoor court, and you meet up with people, and that's your community. But we are, lucky, I guess, to live in the times where we have internet and all these games, or some games, doesn't have to be one specific. We can like different games, but we can
True.
still meet in those games that we like together. And this is our basketball court where we hang out with people and we just do it online. That's the idea, that it's like, it is kind of like crazy, but if you think about it, as simple as it is, we're doing something we like to do and we're doing it together. It's just 2025 and we're doing these things
So
online.
it's just online.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I see it, because that's how it is. I was more extrovert before. I became more introvert since I got older, for whatever reason. Maybe we had bad experiences with specific people, or whatever. But at the end of the day, when I have an interest, it's like I automatically comes out. It's just proven to me, as long as you're interested in something, the extrovert will come out of you, because you will communicate and talk about the game, what needs to be changed, how to be better, how to win the game. Like in my case, while I'm competing, I have my 4 teammates, and we discuss stuff, and it's like I'm not forcing myself. We just kind of have to, and it comes out naturally.
It comes out naturally.
Even though I don't want to talk, I'm chill, I'm good, but it just comes out naturally.
Well, so now I guess I got a question for you then, Arthur. So you recently just came back from a tournament.
Yes, from a LAN event.
Yes, so you went in person to this event.
Yes,
so then my question is
35,000.
for you, because you just told me as you get older, you're getting more into introverted. When you go to a live event, like how me and Ross were saying, like, you know, you get rejuvenated with that energy in person. Were you still introverted, or were you talking to, like, did you feel like you wanted to be extroverted with all the people around you, or did you stay introverted and only talk to your teammates?
I mean, I was mannered, and I did introduce myself and ask, "Who are you?" You know, because I don't know all the faces on the rank games or the scrims or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I had a chance, I would talk to someone. But if there would be groups of them, you know, I'm just because a lot of this is a small community for predecessor competitive scene, so a
Yes.
lot of these people hang around in Discord together,
Oh.
and I do not. I do not. I just don't
Oh.
feel, you know, I don't feel like fitting there or whatever. Maybe because I'm getting a boomer status. I'm
You
31 year.
getting unk? You turn into unk?
I mean, hey, I am an ung, but it's a MOBA game, okay? It's a strategy MOBA game, okay? I don't need to have crazy reactions. I still click buttons and I
This is
think
true.
about it. Yeah, so I still have a few years to go, and it's just like, yeah, it's just I don't want to be like I don't know, but you know that's the part where you don't know why you're not the extrovert.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when
No, it was just a
when
curiosity question,
yeah,
because
yeah, yeah,
cause that's one of the things, like as Ross said, like that's exactly what was how I felt. Like when I started going to live events, like, yeah, I've been playing online, and I've made, like, a lot of my best friends are people I met from Halo, like, online. And, like, I still talk to them. I've actually traveled to them and, like, hung out with them. Like, they're, like, my favorite people in the world. But then I started going to live events and, like, being surrounded by, like going to MLG. I loved Halo. And there was just a whole section of Halo players. So then, like, I just sat near them. And then you just eventually start talking to everybody. And then, like, everyone just, like, gets so hyped together. We end up screaming together and cheering together. And, like, I don't know. I just feel like live events, like, even, I think that's because, like I said, I started off introverted. And I thought, like, even like, every now and then I have, like, a thought in my head. Like, you know, it'd be really nice just moving to, like, my own private island with really good Wi-Fi. Really good internet, and then never have to see a person again, and only talk to people online. And I was like, I could live like that. But, like, also going to live events made me, I just came back from the Penny Arcade Expo, PAX West. So I was just in Seattle.
Oh wow.
And I miss it.
Before you continue, please don't lose the thought process. But you should have done it. You should have went to Ireland and did the whole.
You should have done it. You should have done it.
Because this guy, I'll send you again another video. This guy went to the woods on a trailer truck. He had a whole crazy ass gaming setup,
Yeah.
and he played 1 month of, I think, League of Legends in his trailer truck in the woods
Which
with
is crazy.
nobody, zero, and 1 month.
Just focusing.
He said it was a crazy experience because being alone for a month is insane. But he did it and he blew up. It's like
Yeah.
he became like very well known player,
Sometimes it's
YouTuber.
nice.
Yeah, you gotta
Sometimes it's
do these
nice.
crazy. So get yourself an island and
And
go
just,
go
and
make
just,
some
and,
content.
like, yeah, if you want to go pro, isolate yourself and just play games.
Yeah.
But
sorry to
I'm
interrupt.
more of a social person now. I like bringing people together. I like this, like having a nice chat, learning about other people, learning about what they're doing. Hell, seeing what I can learn from you guys is like my favorite part. Like, I spend the whole weekend, like, every time I go to I go to conventions probably every other month at this point, or every month sometimes, and I just love sitting in a place. I just sit down in a nice crowded area and start overhearing conversations. Somebody will be talking about Yu-Gi-Oh. Somebody will be talking about, like, Sonic. Someone will talk about like I don't know, Counter-Strike. And then I'm just like, and then I'll hear something interesting, and I'll be like, oh shoot, what are you guys talking about? And they'll just like, hey, come here, let me explain it to you. And then I'm just talking for hours about a game that I just didn't know. And then I end up being there, like, they're like, oh, let's connect, let's, like, meet up after, let's talk later, like, let's add each other on Discord. And then we have Discord chats just like this, and, like, we just vibe out. And I feel like I think doing that is the reason why I can't even go back to being introverted anymore, even if I wanted to.
Yeah, I think it just comes and goes, and I think it has a lot to do with the experience in your life, you know.
Yes.
If you know, yeah, but I think most of it is natural. Like some people are just more isolated, you know, in their thoughts or just the space even. Some people are not, and I think both is okay, you know. But yeah.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. All right. We are winding up on about an hour. So I do want to wrap it up with you guys, let you guys go back to your lives, you know. Everyone got stuff they got to do.
I
But
gotta
I
go practice, man. New season
yeah, you
came
got to get
out,
back
new
in.
hero. Yo, if you guys
You
play
got to get back in.
console, it is on console.
I
Check it
remember
out,
predecessor. I
predecessor.
you know what's funny?
Bro,
I
it's
played the
so much
beta.
better now.
Like I
Well,
played the
play,
beta a long
try
time
it.
ago.
Yo, we can play a game. Yeah, we can play a game together, bro. I'm telling you, the game is changed. The game is awesome. It's
Hey,
fun
yeah,
to
maybe you can
play.
carry me through a couple games. Just carry me.
Yeah, sure. We can play quick. We can also play quick match, or I can make a Smurf and we can play
Yeah, because I
rank.
was
I
like, you're
don't
probably
mind.
a pro, so you probably
Yeah,
that
I
high
finished.
elo.
Yeah, it's nothing huge because again, it's not the biggest player base, but I finished top 17 on leaderboard.
That's still
The last
very
week.
Jesus, yeah, I
impressive.
was like, that's
Yeah,
amazing. Like,
yeah.
what? That's crazy work.
Well, but it's again the player base. We're talking about maybe like 10K player base instead of 100K, right? So it makes it 10 times less impressive already just because it's not many
I
people,
get what
I
you're
like
saying.
you know.
I just agree with that because like I think Melee is a game like that where the player base isn't the most massive right now, but the game's just been out for so long. Where
Oh,
to
true.
get good at the game, you have to be at such a high level of like skill and
Yeah.
position.
No,
Like that.
yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, feel good about your victories, okay?
Yeah.
Take your
Well,
victories with a win.
I will. I will. So yeah, I have to learn to take small wins,
You
bro.
take the
I
small
don't.
wins.
Small wins are so important, man, and I can't see them.
One anthill turns into a mountain. That's how you do it. But I got one more final question for you, Ross. Uh, so since you've been in gaming, you know you've played games your whole life. You've been in the education scene. You've done a bit of esports. You've been venturing enough in the gaming industry. I just want to know what kind of future do you see? So let me double check exactly how I want to say it for you. Like,
Yeah.
so going off of like how you started in the middle right now, where do you think gaming is going in the future? Like how do you think gaming is going to shape the future moving forward?
I think it's an interesting question because I think gaming will exist and it's only getting bigger right now. But right now we're at the point where to be able to host these like bigger spaces, bigger things in gaming, we need good people to step up and really show like what gaming is and be community leaders and be the ambassadors for gaming to the real world because I think esports kind of already burned the world once and I think everyone's very cautious whenever talking or thinking about gaming. So I think gaming can be the biggest thing ever in the world, but it's just about having the right people to actually get it there and make sure that it gets the love and respect it deserves.
Heck yeah, heck yeah.
Very well said. I very well said. Just to add to it, like even the land I just came from, right? I don't know why. I don't know why people think it's okay, but this leaves a mark on other people, on the event organizers, on the event uh building. It's a big stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. It's called Level Up. But
Oh,
what people left a lot of trash on the floor.
Oh,
They don't throw out stuff like it gets
really?
messy, right? And these small things matter, you know, because then the sponsors or the again event organizers see it, and again, these all things add up, like production of the tournament. How many of these new games have such a bad quality, not even amateur type production, that ruins the whole experience, you know? I have to
Kills
say,
the
same
game.
happened with. Yeah, like same with the game I play, they had like a we'll be right back for 3 hours, just because the stream cut, and it's like, where's the content? Where's the story about personalities? Where's the like what are we doing? It's time to make things professional. It's time to level up, and this is what Ross mentioned. Like, there has to be respect and something,
Yeah,
real, tangible.
yeah. No, I agree. I agree with both of you, honestly. And that's why I advocate, be the person to step up, be that change that you're looking for in the world. So for gaming, especially because like you said, like at this point it is getting a bit saturated, both on the content creation world, like the streaming world of it, as well as the esports side. And like and then like even in like the actual game development, you see layoffs everywhere, hundreds of people getting freaking laid off, like almost monthly at this point. Like it's such a hard industry right now, and so having people that got compassion, that got heart, that care about another human being, that is what's really gonna bring everything back together and make it stronger than ever. Is just finding those people that want to be advocates, that want to be leaders, and that want to show the world that we can be more than just like the kid in the basement. you know
That is the idea. We have to remove this idea of stereotypes that's what we are, from their point of view,
yeah, we
because
can be
that's
businessmen, we
literally
can be
what we're
community
not.
leaders, we can be
Yeah,
so much more.
Redefine.
yeah. And I'm talking about from a player to a production team to even like a CEO for the orgs, like it has to go from each single person, and then pyramid will just like make a perfect triangle, and
Yeah,
everything's
everything will be
gonna
all
fall in
right.
peace.
But hey, all right, I think we hit it just right on the head for timing. Thank you for joining us, Ross. Unless Arthur, do you have any final notes? I saw you pointing.
Yeah, I do have a final notes for us. Let us know what's going on. What you already
Yep,
mentioned,
that's
you
what I was
have
getting
some
to.
ideas for startup. I took your spot,
You took it.
so
You
let me
took it. It's
finish
fine.
it.
I love you. I
But
love
yeah,
you.
likewise, likewise. So yeah, let us know what you have planned in near future, or maybe not so near. Let us know if you have any shout outs, where to follow you, and yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, so we just hosted our big event, Hype Waves 100, but the stream for that is up, and we're doing a really special. It's edited now. We're dealing with some final things. We did a Smash Bros. Documentary to show off the people in the scene, not the game itself, but like the people who make it
Ooh.
out. And once we have that, I'd love to show that off. My personal Instagram is Ross.Oginsky. Spelling's probably in the title or somewhere. But no, yeah, that's it. Shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for having me on. It was amazing.
No, thank you. Thank you
Thank
so much
you,
for
thank you.
stopping by. And shout out to Ross again, also a part of the Long Island Gaming League. Uh, we're doing amazing things this year. Thank you. I think I need to say thanks for, Arthur, thank you for letting me join you in hosting
Uh,
these.
Thank you for being here with me, and actually let's make this happen. Let's
Yes,
make
and
big
then
things
we'll
happen.
keep in touch, Ross, because if you're always, and this is for anyone that's watching. Please, if you're looking for any kind of work in the gaming industry, I know people. I can't guarantee you a job, but I know different people that I can connect you with and help you out in the future and anything like that you need. So please don't lose me. Feel free to add my contact and reach out to me anytime you need. I'm always around.
Just thank you.
Yeah, no, of course. But all right, guys, that is going to end it for the episode of Fireside Chat. Appreciate you guys tuning in. We will be back next week with a new guest, some more awesome conversations, and just chilling and spreading that positive energy and those vibes. Shout out to Arthur, Ross for being here. And I am Commando FW, and we are signing off. You guys have a great rest of your night, and take care.
Peace.
Heck yeah.
Alright, cool.
Perfect, guys.
Yeah. But that small empty thing before the question, we can always cut it out.
Oh
It's
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
once
yeah,
I
yeah. That's completely whatever.
heck yeah. So I'm actually gonna